Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I'm Kim. Please join me for this 30-minute gentle Hatha practice to move our bodies, get our energy flowing, get our breath flowing, and also get some movement through the hips. We tend to do a lot of sitting and things can sort of contract. So we'll open our bodies up and release some of that contraction, bring some more movement and expansion throughout our body. If you have a couple of yoga blocks, grab your blocks, and we will also bring in some balance postures into the end of our practice. So if you would like to be near a wall for that, if you want to hold onto a wall, touch a wall, or just be near a wall for some support for your balance, or you could also bring in a folding chair as well, just to hold on to if you feel you need it. So let's begin on our back for a moment. If you're more comfortable seated, then please do that. Find a comfortable seat, maybe even back yourself up to a wall so you can just totally relax and feel supported. But if it's okay for you, bring yourself down onto your back and come into a little Shavasana here. Extend the legs out, spread the legs, feet to the outer corners of your mat, arms wide. Give yourself some space in the armpits. And just let yourself begin to relax. Begin to sort of just let go of any holding, any gripping, any bracing in your body. Just let everything melt down into the earth. Feel as if the earth is holding you and supporting you, so you can just let go. And I invite you to bring in the intention to move through your practice today with love, kindness, patience, compassion for yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Honor where you are today. Close your eyes down here and soften. Send your awareness through your body. If you notice any areas of tightness or tension, send your breath into those sticky spaces. Let your breath begin to slowly wash away, flush away any tension. And let your feet relax, your legs, your hips and pelvis, your buttocks and belly. Relax through your back, the low back, the mid back, the upper back. Relax through your rib cage and your chest. Relax the collarbones, shoulders. Relax your arms, your hands, and your fingers. Relax your neck and your throat, your jaw. Relax your face, your eyes, your eyebrows. Relax cheekbones, temples, forehead, scalp. Relax and open through the crown of your head. And begin to bring your focus to your breath. Just checking in with your breath. How does your breath feel today? Take a few cycles of breath here. Nice, slow, deep breaths. In through the nose and out through your mouth. Sigh the breath out through the mouth. You can make some sound. You can make an audible sigh if you like. And begin to call yourself back. Imagine that you're just waking up in the morning. Just begin to feel into your body. So if you feel that first movement in the morning, what does your body want to do? And if you can, yawn. Actually invoke a yawn here and see what naturally happens to your body. You want to bring the arms up overhead, maybe stretch out through the legs. See what comes naturally to you and do that. And again, if you can actually really yawn, then do it and just see how your body wants to move when you do that. And then relax everything. Now bring the legs together, reach the arms up overhead. Stretch out through your fingers, down through your toes. And then relax everything. Walk your feet in, bend your knees, point the knees up. Plant your feet down on the mat. Now step your feet out wide to the outer edges of your mat. And drop both knees over towards the right side. And then bring your knees up through center. And now slowly drop both knees over towards the left side. Begin to slowly move your knees from side to side. Dropping the knees down to whatever degree feels comfortable for you. So you're just allowing, never using any force here, just allowing your body to open in its own time. And then bring your knees back up, walk your feet in. Now bring the inner edges of your feet together and allow the knees to open out to your sides. You may want to use some blocks here if you have your yoga blocks. If you allow the knees to fall open and the knees are pretty high up, tuck your blocks underneath the knees or the outer thighs, and you can put them on whatever height feels okay for you. You could even put the blocks at an angle so they're leaning up on the edge and the side of the block rests against your thigh. So you want to feel some opening through the groins here, but don't want to make it too stressful. It's a gentle opening here. So just take a nice deep breath here. And now you can extend your left leg down the mat and take that right foot to that left inner thigh. So that knee will still be opening out to the side and you support it with a block if you like. Activate through that left leg. So you flex through that left ankle and press down through that left foot and press that left heel down into your mat. So we're bringing ourselves into a tree position, but on our back. Just remember how this feels for when we are standing later in our standing tree. And now let's switch it up. We'll take that left foot back to meet the right. Left knee opens out to the side, and now extend that right leg down the mat. Left foot to that right inner thigh. Support that left knee if you like with a block, blanket, whatever. Activate through that right leg now. Flex the ankle. Press that right heel down and press down through that foot as if you were standing on the floor. And then we'll bend that right knee, bring the feet back together, allow the knees to fall open. And then legs up to center. Now draw your knees in towards your hips. Take your hands to the back of your thighs. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Keep your sacrum pressing down towards the mat. You can stay just like this or send your feet up towards the ceiling. flex the ankles. So we're bringing yourselves into a modified happy baby position here. You can stay here or reach your hands up for your shins, your calves, or your feet. Inner edge, outer edge, whatever you can grab a hold of here. Pull down on whatever you've got a hold of, the feet, the shins. You can stay here at center, or if you like, begin to gently rock yourself from side to side. And then bring yourself to center if you're rocking. Just gently pull down on the feet one more time. And then release your feet. Bring the knees together. Now take your hands inside the legs, inner edges of your feet together. Begin to open the knees out to the sides and reach your hands in between the legs for your ankles or your shins or your knees, whatever you can grab. And then allow the soles of the feet to come together. If you like, knees out to the sides. Just getting a little deeper into the hips and the groins here. Now gently push the right knee away from you towards the top of your mat. Draw that left knee in towards you a little bit more. And then switch. Press that left knee away. Draw that right knee up towards your right shoulder. And then you're going to move this from side to side. Right knee presses away. Left knee draws up towards that left shoulder, towards the top of the mat. And then you gently just rock your knees back and forth here, pressing one away, other towards you, and then you switch. And then release your ankles or your shins, draw the knees together, inner edges of your feet together, inner legs together, hands to your knees. Now roll your knees around in a few circles. Switch the direction of your circles. Draw the knees back to center. Drop your feet down to the mat with the knees bent. Now pick up your right foot. Cross that right ankle in front of that left leg. Coming into a resting pigeon pose. You can stay here. Take your right fingers, press that right thigh away from you. Stay just like this. Or you can draw that left knee in towards the chest. Pick that left foot up off of the mat and thread your hands in through your legs, interlace fingers behind that left thigh or in front of that left knee and shin. Gently pull the left knee in. And then release. Unravel your legs. We'll switch, cross that left ankle in front of that right leg. And either take your left fingers, press that left thigh away from you, or thread the arms in through the legs, draw that right knee in towards your chest and interlace fingers behind the thigh or around the knee or the shin. And you pull that right knee into the chest. And then slowly unravel your legs. Roll yourself over onto one side. Reach the arms up overhead and then roll yourself over onto your belly. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and then press into your hands. Send your bum back towards your heels. You can either take your knees together here, legs together, or take the knees wide to the outer edges of your mat. Bring the big toes towards each other behind you. Settle your bum back down towards your heels. Come into a wide knee child's pose or child's pose with the knees together. And if you like, you can gently rock your hips from side to side here. And then bring yourself to center. Walk your hands up. We'll drop over to one hip, swing your legs around. You can sit up on a block here or a blanket. We'll just be here for a moment. But bring the soles of your feet together. And again, if you like here, you could tuck some blocks underneath the knees. If the knees are high, and this will depend on your individual anatomy. It does not have to do with flexibility so much, but the way you're built. Where your hip sockets are, how your bones are structured. So if you need it, blocks under the knees or thighs. You can take hands to ankles or shins or fingers behind you, press down into the fingers and sit up nice and tall. And then release. Come over onto your hands and knees. We'll take it into a table position. Spread your fingers wide. Bring the shoulders up over the wrists, hips up over the knees. Use about hip width here. Begin to rock yourself from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. Root down into your finger pads. Hug in through your arms. Tuck your toes under. Press into the hands. Lift the hips up and back. Keep the knees bent, but descend the heels down towards the mat. Press the mat away with your hands. And stay here in your downward dog. A few nice deep breaths here. If you like, in through the nose, out through the mouth again. You can move if you like, or you can find some stillness here. You can walk out your dog, bend one knee, press the opposite heel towards the mat. Move it side to side, pedal out the legs, or just bend and straighten your knees, or anything that feels organic or intuitively good in your body. Listen to your body. And then roll up onto the balls of your feet, your tippy toes, and then send your heels towards the mat. Again, roll it up, balls of the feet, and press your heels towards the mat. Once more, roll up onto the balls of your feet. Now press your heels towards the mat. Now bend your knees and crouch yourself down into a tiger dog. And now, as you send your hips up and back, send that right leg up with you into a three-legged dog. Press into the hands and just send that left heel down towards the mat. Now bend that right knee, begin to open that right knee up towards the ceiling. Keep rooting down through the hands, keeping the shoulders squaring down towards the mat. So just opening through that right hip. And then re-extend that right leg out, release that foot down to the mat. Bend your knees here, crouch down. Send your left leg up for a three-legged dog now. Bend that left knee, begin to open up through that hip, pointing that knee up towards the ceiling, and then re-extend that leg out and release the foot down. Now find your way up to the top of your mat. You can drop down through your table and climb up, or you can slowly walk yourself up. And we'll take it into a ragdoll forward fold. Bend your knees, lift up your belly, and then fold in over the legs, belly to thighs. Let your head go. And release your hands down to the mat or grab your elbows. And you can shake or nod your head and maybe rock your hips from side to side. Even swing the arms side to side if you like. And then bring yourself to center. Take your hands to your hips. Press into your feet. Lift your heart all the way up. Bring it up to stand, and now turn to face the long edge of your mat. Step your feet out wide. Toes pointing forward, feet drive in towards each other. Lift up through the inner arches of your feet as you root down through the pinky toe sides of your feet. Feel the inner legs begin to turn on. Draw the belly in and up. Reach the arms wide, 5-pointed star. And then release your arms down. Now bend the knees, turn your toes out and your heels in. Lower your hips down, knees moving out in the direction of the toes, hands to the thighs. Keep the heart lifted, back of the skull lifted. And then straighten the legs, turn the feet back in, reach your arms wide. Release your arms down again, turn your feet back out, heels in, bend your knees, lower yourself down, press the knees out. And then straighten the legs, turn the feet back in, arms come wide. Release the arms down. One more time. Turn the toes out, heels in, bend your knees, lower it down into your goddess pose, temple pose, or horse pose. And now let's bend the elbows, reach the fingers up, coming into cactus arms or goalpost arms. Drop the hips down a little bit lower, and then straighten the legs, release the arms down, turn the feet back in, take hands to your hips. Slowly begin to fold yourself forward. You can keep your hands on your hips or release your head down, hands down to the floor or the mat or a block. And then hands come back to your hips. Soften your knees. Drop your tailbone down as you lift the belly up, lift the heart up, come back up to stand and take the arms wide. Release your arms down, step or hop yourself back together. Now we'll take it into a tree pose. So here, if you like, you could move yourself towards a wall. You could grab a folding chair if you like and just hold on to the back of it. Root down through the feet, bring the hands to the hips. Begin to open up this right knee, thigh. Keep the pelvis stable and neutral here. So you're not opening up that right side too much. Imagine the floor is still behind the back of the pelvis here. So you just open this right knee out to the side. And then we'll take the ball of that right foot to the mat, right heel to meet that left ankle and form a little kickstand here, or you could bring your right foot up to your calf, your left calf, or you could bring that right foot all the way up to rest on the inner thigh. You can keep hands on the hips or bring palms together at your heart, or reach your arms up or out. You could have your arms on your chair or the wall here for some help with your balance. Check in with your breath. Keep breathing nice and smooth. Deep, steady. And you can bring your gaze to rest on a focal point, your drishti. Find a soft, steady gaze on something. Help you with your balance. And if you fall out of the pose, no big deal. You just try it again. It's part of the practice. Have a little giggle. Try it again. Release your hands. Release that foot down. Other side. Soften the knees. We'll open that left knee, left hip. Take that left foot to meet that right ankle. Form your kickstand here, or bring that foot up to the calf, or all the way up to the inner thigh, and then palms together, hands up high, arms wide, or you use your hands on your chair or the wall for your balance. Smile. Enjoy your practice. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy this time with yourself. And then release. Turn back up to face the top of your mat now. Take the arms out to the sides and up. We'll bring the palms together overhead. Soften your knees. Pull your hips back. Fold yourself into your ragdoll forward fold. And then bend your knees a lot so you can get your hands down on your mat and walk yourself back out into downward dog. Press down into the hands, lift up through the forearms, up to the armpits. Release the heels down towards the mat. Walk it out, pedal it out, or be still here. And then release knees down to the mat. Knees wide or knees together. Send your bum back to your heels. Child's pose. Release the forehead down to your forearms, to the mat, to a block. And then press yourself back up to sit on your heels. Drop over to one hip. Swing your legs around. Bring the soles of your feet together again. Allow the knees to open out to the sides, and you use blocks under the legs if you like. Fingers behind you. Press into your fingers and sit up nice and tall. And then release. Knees come back up. Plant your feet down on the mat and slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Extend your legs down the mat. We'll come back to where we started, Shavasana, final relaxation pose. And stay here for as long as you like. The more time you have, the better. Enjoy. Let go. Release all effort. Let yourself melt into the earth again. Come back to your intention to be kind, patient, gentle, compassionate with yourself. Thank yourself for showing up for your practice today, showing up for yourself. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, connect in. Just notice how you feel. One more deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out of your mouth. Release your hands and slowly roll yourself over to one side. Slowly press yourself up. Bring your hands together at your hearts. May you feel safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today with love and gratitude. Namaste.